Have you ever wondered why some absolutely brilliant products just disappear, while others, maybe not even as good, become household names? It's a mystery, right? Well, the secret isn't just about having a great idea. It's about how you tell people about that idea. So let's dive into the one thing that makes all the difference: promotion. All right, let's start with a tough lesson every creator, every entrepreneur has to learn. You know that old saying, build a better mousetrap and the world will beat a path to your door? Well, it's a nice thought, but it's just not true. A revolutionary idea all by itself isn't enough to guarantee anything.
And that leads to this question, the one that's a total nightmare for anyone who's ever made something. You've poured your heart, your soul, your late nights into a product, and then you release it to the world and you get crickets, just silence. It's like you're shouting at the top of your lungs in an empty room. So incredibly frustrating.
So you have that spark, that amazing idea, but the real journey, the real challenge, is crossing this huge chasm between your creation and the people who would absolutely love it if only they knew it existed. So how in the world do you get noticed when everyone else is already shouting?
The answer is promotion. It's the engine that powers your idea out of obscurity. It's what takes your work from being invisible to being seen, from ignored to well heard. It's really the art of strategically and deliberately communicating your value to the world.
Okay, so what does promotion actually mean? If you strip it all down, it's just communication. It's how marketers talk to potential customers to do one of three things: inform them, persuade them, or remind them. And the goal isn't just to talk at people. It's to get a response, right? To influence how they think and hopefully get them to actually do something, like buy the product.
And really, every single promotional message, every ad, every social media post, every billboard, it all boils down to one of these three jobs. Is its purpose to inform you? Like, hey, we've got this brand new feature. Is it trying to persuade you? Like, come on, ditch that other brand and try ours. Or is it just a simple reminder that a brand you already know is still around and ready for you?
But here's the thing. For any of this to actually work, the message has to land. It has to connect. So before we jump into the tools marketers use, we got to take a quick peek under the hood at the fundamental blueprint for how communication even works in the first place. Okay, so every message has to start somewhere, right? It starts with a sender. This is the company, the organization, or just the person who has something they really want to say. Now, you can't just beam a thought into someone's head. The sender has to encode it. They have to package that idea into a format people can understand, turn it into words, images, a catchy jingle. This is the creative part. Then that packaged up message gets sent out into the world through a message channel. Think of this as the delivery system. Is it an Instagram post, a TV commercial, a podcast ad, a billboard on the highway? That's the channel.
Then, on the other end, the receiver, your potential customer, has to decode that message. They see the ad, they hear the jingle, and their brain interprets what it all means. And this is a super critical step, because their interpretation might not be what the sender intended at all.
And the receiver's reaction, or even their lack of a reaction, creates what we call a feedback channel. Did they buy the product? Did they like the post? Did they leave a nasty comment? Or did they just ignore it completely? All of that is feedback flowing back to the sender, letting them know if the message hit the mark.
And finally, this whole entire process is happening inside a constant storm of noise. Noise is literally anything that gets in the way of the message. It's a competitor's ad, a bad internet connection, or just the fact that we're all distracted by a million other things. Fighting through that noise is the biggest battle in marketing. So, knowing this whole complicated process and that constant wall of noise, how on earth does a marketer get their message through? Well, they don't just guess and hope for the best. They have a specific set of tools designed for the job. So let's go ahead and open up the marketer's toolbox.
So, what's inside? What are these magical tools that help cut through all that noise?
This is what's called the promotional mix. Just think of it like a kit with 4 main tools. Now, the real magic isn't in using just one of them, but in knowing how to blend them together to create the perfect communication strategy. Let's break them down one by one.
First up, advertising. This is the one we all think of first. The key words to remember here are paid and non-personal. It means a company is paying money to send a message out to a huge, broad audience through mass media, like that car commercial you saw during the big game.
Next, we've got pretty much its polar opposite, personal selling. This is all about that direct one-on-one persuasive conversation between a buyer and a seller. It's interactive, it's personal, and it's designed to build a relationship and close a sale right then and there.
Our third tool is sales promotion. This one is all about getting you to act now. It's a short-term incentive designed to encourage a purchase. Think buy one, get one free, contests, coupons, anything that adds a little extra value and creates that sense of urgency.
And finally, there's public relations, or PR. This is a different animal. It's less about a direct sale today and more about reputation and the long game. It's all about building a good corporate image and getting favorable publicity that you don't pay for, like a fantastic review in a trusted magazine. That's PR gold.
So there they are, our 4 tools: advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and public relations. But the real skill, the real strategy, isn't just knowing how to use one of them, it's knowing how to combine them into the perfect mix.
I mean, success is never about having a favorite tool. A hammer is great, but you can't build a house with just a hammer. It's all about creating the perfect combination, the right blend, that's tailor-made for your specific product, your audience, and your goals. So how do you choose that perfect mix? Well, marketers weigh a whole bunch of factors. For example, if you're selling complex business software, you're going to lean heavily on personal selling and very targeted PR. But if you're launching a new soft drink, you'll probably lean on huge advertising campaigns and lots of in-store sales promotions. The product, your budget, your audience, it all changes the recipe.
So just remember, getting noticed is rarely an accident. It's almost always a carefully crafted strategy. Which leaves us with one final thought. Think about the last thing you bought. Was it a TV ad, a helpful salesperson, a special discount you couldn't pass up, or a great review you read online? Which tool from the marketer's toolbox was the one that ultimately got you?